Hey guys, welcome back to JToH Roulette. Wait, EToH? That's right, Duke is no longer the owner, so now it's called Eternal Towers of Hell. I'm sure we'll get used to the name change, however this does mean the series is now called EToH Roulette and I have to change all the titles of my videos. And before I get into the progress, good news, I will do JToH Roulette every single Saturday. This means instead of waiting for like a month for your next JToH Roulette, you wait a week. This was because of members on mine and JToH's Discord server, so if you want to join that, you can. You get to make cool decisions and talk to cool people. Anyways, here's the progress shown up here. As you can tell, I've been wanting to get to Zone 2 for like, 7 episodes now, and it hasn't happened yet. However, good news, again, is we're going to roll 5 towers and hopefully I can get to Zone 2. Without further ado, let's just head into it, spin the wheel, find out what we'll get. Steeple of climbing isn't too bad, and, well, it's not too good either, because it doesn't give me much tower points, and it's in World 1, so it doesn't really help me out much. Oh yeah, it was also late at night and I should have been sleeping, so that explains the bulk of my fails, which are about to happen next. Roll the fails! Oh yeah, most of these fails for some reason just involve conveyors most of the time, which is funny I suppose. But as you can see on this fail, I tried to get on the platform but it kinda didn't work. And it took fail upon fail, typically like EToH does usually. Oh yeah, and most of these fails are just repeats of the same fails that I've done before. But finally, I was finally able to beat it, which is nice. Just the final tightrope and then you make it to the end of Steeple of climbing. I suppose Tower of Table Flipping is a bit better. I have a lot of experience of this as it was my second intense, and while it doesn't help me progress to Zone 2, it does help me progress to Ring 5. Alright, without further ado, let's just roll the funny moments. Yeah, I spent way too long on this, and way longer than I should have. This took me a minute to figure out, even though I've beaten the tower countless amounts of times. And apart from these couple of fails, I beat Tower of Table Flipping really fast. I suppose it's time for the third tower. This is really good. This is because all I needed was one steeple to get to Zone 2. One steeple inside of World 2 to get Zone 2, and I finally got that steeple. And it's not even a bad steeple either. And for the most part, all of my fails are really on floor 1, except for these few fails that you might be seeing. But overall, this was a really good way to unlock Zone 2, rather than some remorseless in Zone 1 or something. Anyways, with that said, here's the victory, and I suppose here's me walking into Zone 2 or something, I don't know. Well, after 13 episodes, I finally made it to Zone 2 in EToH. Finally. It just took a whole owner transition, name change, and then me struggling with a bunch of towers and all. Sadly, no, I did not unlock Arcane Area, the sub-realm for Zone 2, since I do need to beat the difficult tower in Zone 2 in order to unlock that, and that's kind of rare, so you're not going to see much Arcane Area for a while, which is a shame because I like some of the steeples and towers in that area. I mean, I'm really excited to beat really anything in this area, maybe a side tower of great displeasure or something, because all of these towers and even the Citadel is really good, especially the Soul Crushing Tower. Oh well, I suppose it's time to get back to some towers. So you know how I said I was excited to get really any tower in Zone 2 except for like TOGD? Well, this is one of those towers which is an exception. Tower of Slipping and Sliding is known as like one of, if not the worst, challenging towers in the game. So let's just get to like most of the fails, which is like really only outside fails, which is unfortunate. This outside especially screwed me over and was really annoying. And not only that, but the next outside where I got a lag spike and I stopped jumping. So yeah, this tower wasn't kind to me at all. But eventually, I was able to get past it, beat it, and then get to floor 10, which was basically free. I would only recommend this tower if you're trying to clean it up for like challengings or whatever. But yeah, if you're attempting it, good luck, I suppose. Right, steeple of upright cliffs in Paradise Atoll. Paradise Atoll is mainly known for its design over gameplay, but I managed to cope fairly well here and I've beaten a few of these towers already. Despite that though, I've had some pretty unlucky fails. And trust me, while these fails look like a skill issue, they're definitely not, and I'll show you why. Let's just say I was engaged in one of the puzzles for Zone 10.
Can you make it to yellow? Can you make it to yellow? Can you make it to yellow?
Yeah, it was the puzzle for Tower of 1, 2, 3, 4, and Zequity was rephrasing sentences over and over again, which felt really ridiculous. I suppose it was pretty fun though. And after say one more fail, I eventually did beat it. And sadly, you know what's coming next. Well, it's the end of the video. I'm very glad with how I progressed and I have high hopes for the rest of the series. Well, I mean, unless I get like Tower of Inception or something, then the series will have to be halted for a while, but whatever. I'm sure I'll be fine. I suppose now's the time to say, give me feedback in the comments maybe, join the Discord if you want to, subscribe, like, blah blah blah, and see you next week.